Another early start, 12 o'clock noon, with Off the Cuff. Kind of running at the moment because we want to have time to get to our favorite sandwich place before the main event of the day, our mystery destination, which will be revealed soon. Alright, part one of the mission is a success. So we've got our sandwiches. You got a sandwich too? Yeah. Yep. Sweet. I think we're officially friends with them now because they were excited to see us.
Interesting to think that it's still a work in progress.
Yeah.
Like, the cathedrals that are already built were for the people at the time when they were being built.
Woo, we're going in. Look at how detailed it is. This is apparently the nativity facade. These look like the three kings. To me, it feels more like being in a forest than in the church. Look at these columns. I do think it's interesting though that after how ornate it is outside, inside it's pretty plain.
It's true.
Like the glass is beautiful. The columns are very bare, which I like. Jesus Christ, parachutist.
Hi, did the helmets on the knights remind you of anything? Like the chimneys on the top of the roofs at Casa Mila.
As a side note, these are absolutely massive blocks of stone. Have a look at how big they are.
Taller than blocks.
It's the most important part of any visit anywhere, visiting the shop afterward.
What is the significance of this?
Huh?
What is the significance of this?
If you add it up in any direction, it equals 33.
Oh.
I know, that's thrilling. Yeah, I have no idea why that's important.
That's kind of cool, but yeah, whatever.
Secret workshop. Ah, so this poster explains the significance of that thing we saw before. 33 was the age of Jesus at the moment of his death. It's like basically exactly 2 hours later.
Really?
One thing I'd say is that the best route to visit is not very clearly marked, so if you're not paying attention, you could leave without having seen everything you might have liked to see, like the museum, for example.
Walked out of here. Well, this reminds me of Wordsworth School.
That's what I was thinking too. What was the point of this place again?
It was to house the workers' children.
Oh, right.
I mean, not house them, school them.
School. This is a recreation of Gaudí's work table. This little bag hanging by the lamp was his dinner, and it had 2 small slices of bread with honey and a handful of raisins. I guess when you're a genius, you're powered by genius.
That's also why he looked like a scarecrow probably at the end. Well, first thing that struck me when I walked inside was the color, because the stained glass is absolutely spectacular. The colors are so pure and beautiful, and it's like really warm tones on one side and really cool tones on the other. And even within those walls are like flip-flopped. Like if it was cool, if it was warm and cool on this side, it's warm and cool on this side. Anyway, that's what first caught me. because I was like, wow, they have like colored lights going on in here, but I realized it was the stained glass making the marble be those colors, so it's really pretty. As we wandered around and kind of got lost, sort of, we found other things that explain more, and it was really, really interesting.
Don't leave without going to the museums. The museum, if you don't have the audio guide, if you haven't read anything about it beforehand, go to the museum and a lot of things will be explained that you can appreciate what you've seen already much more. Once you're inside, you can go around as much as you like, double back on yourself, see the stuff you already saw, find some new stuff. The outside is great, but you can see the outside without paying to go in. And the inside is quite bare, but I really like the columns. It was like being in a forest, and then the lighting was like being underwater too. So it's like an underwater forest.
Yeah.
And then there's these little bulbs on the columns, which we later found out are supposed to be like nuts on trees, but they look like portholes or diving helmets or something like that. Having been through the whole thing now, I can say it was really well done, and you should go. Essentially. I don't know, if you were only to see one building by Gaudí,
well,
during your time in Barcelona,
maybe here in the sense that you get a lot more information about Gaudí and why he did things the way he did. Although my personal favorite is still the house that I used with all the beautiful glass.
and mine's Casamira, the other one. Yeah.
But this is a really good overview of Gaudí and his work and his life.
It's definitely the biggest and probably the most impressive and the most intricate for sure on the outside. You could spend hours and hours looking at that. And then whatever your ticket costs to go in, it's not really the admission cost, it's money for the construction of the building. So it's also actually the cheapest building to get into besides Park Güell.
True.
Interestingly. But yeah, your money goes straight to the continued construction of this. We'll see what happens in 2026 if they finish on time.